Hey, this is James Pelton, and I wanted to do a video today on the drip BUSD garden. And the reason I've mentioned this in a few videos and kind of over it kind of briefly, but the reason I haven't done a full video for it is because, I like my spreadsheets and I like being able to calculate, hey, here's exactly the return you're going to get. And you can't really do that in the drip BUSD garden for a few reasons. But so first, what is this? It's a liquidity pool. And the first thing I want you to note is that, usually I'm not a huge fan of liquidity pools because of impermanent loss. Okay, so basically, now this is a drip token, which I like the drip token, and it's paired with a stable coin. So your risk of impermanent loss is less. But if drip has significant price changes, like it's down a bit right now, if it goes up to $1,000 for a drip token, then the drip BUSD garden might not be the best place to be. Okay, it'd be better to be in regular drip because you get the full benefit of that price action, whereas in the liquidity pool you're not going to get as much. So that's the first thing that I will note. The second thing that I'll note is that this is currently offering a 3% a day return. Okay. And it's printing money basically. I mean, you're getting your money back in a month basically. It's crazy. Now there's a whole genre of games that kind of have this same idea of getting this. You put in your money, you can either compound or withdraw, and you're getting a 3% return a day. Okay, and how these games usually work, like BUSD Miner. A lot of you ask about games like this. How these usually work is there's a contract balance, and as people come in, that contract balance fills up. Okay. Then you start getting that 3% return a day, and as long as you don't withdraw, that contract balance stays high. But what usually happens in these games is the people who get in early compound for a while, then their number gets so ridiculously high that when they start to withdraw, the contract runs out very quickly. Okay, and that's what this graph's trying to show here. This is what normally happens in these games in this red. The people who get in early compound, then their number is so ridiculously high that they start withdrawing and the contract runs out of money. And then the people who got in here, they might compound for a few days and then see the contract balance going down. They realize, oh, I'm never going to get my money back out. Okay, so if you've ever done, I don't recommend these. If you've ever done BUSD Miner, unless you're like one of the first people in, most people don't get their money back. Okay, so they claim for the drip BUSD garden that this isn't going to happen because one thing they do is they give a time bonus. So over time, the people who come in later actually get a higher return than the people who got in earlier. Okay, so that's an interesting dynamic. Now, I still am skeptical. The contract balance has only gone up. We've had a crazy number of people coming in, and as long as a crazy number of people continue to come in, I'm sure this contract balance will remain high. And the reason that I'm skeptical, that this could go on forever, is because like if you put in $5,000, you get a 1,095% APR, which is 3% a day. You compound daily. In a year, you'll have $242 million. Okay, so if you put in 5,000, compound for a year, 242 million. And so I just don't think, there's no way that actually is going to work for a year. I mean, if everybody's doing that, there's no way the contract's going to have enough in there to pay everyone. As long as this contract balance stays high, as long as new people are coming into drip, as long as new people, this is providing the liquidity for drip. So as long as people keep coming in, this will stay high. So I do recommend this. I think this is a great project to get into, but just don't plan on compounding for a year and getting out the $242 million, okay? I usually keep a strategy of compound half and take out half. And that's probably what I'd recommend here. Or maybe get out your initial investment. But it is printing money right now, and it has been for a couple of months, and the contract's going up. More people are coming to drip. People are starting to come to drip pretty quickly. I'm going to show you how to do that now. They make it super easy. We're on the Animal Farm website, and they have, usually liquidity pool tokens are kind of difficult to get into. You have to go to Pancake Swap and have half and half of one token and the other, and then put half. you don't have to do that here. You can just go to Liberate Drip, and you pick whatever. You can pick any token on BSC pretty much. I guess not any, but they have quite a few here. So you can pick BUSD or BNB or Cake or whatever you have, and then just say, hey, I want to put 500 BUSD into the drip garden. But once the green light pops up, just click Supply, and that will give you LP tokens, okay? Drip BUSD LP tokens. Then you go over to the garden, and you're going to have to enable the contract as always. Put in how many drip BUSD liquidity pool tokens you want to plant, and then you're going to buy plants. Okay. Now this does the same as drip. Your initial deposit is locked in there. Okay, so you can't ever get that out, but you'll start getting. You can see I need to take some out or plant or something. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with it. So then you buy your plants, and then each day you can come in and you can either plant seeds, which is just compounding. It's like hydrating for drip, or you can harvest seeds. Okay, and another pretty frequent question is then how do I get my liquidity pool tokens out? And you can see I haven't harvested for a while. So I'm going to just do that real quick, and I'm going to just show you how to do that. So you click Harvest Seeds, and what that's going to do is that's going to give you liquidity pool tokens. You can see I have this hooked up to Trezor. So that's going to put liquidity pool tokens into my wallet. And then you're going to go to PancakeSwap if you want to separate out these liquidity pool tokens for something that you can trade. These are drip BUSD tokens. So if you've never done it before, you might have to go to Find Other, and then you're going to do drip on one side, and you're going to do BUSD on the other side. Okay, so drip BUSD, manage this pool. You can see I have 76.6 of those liquidity pool tokens, and I'm going to click Remove. So basically they're half drip, half BUSD, and I'm going to remove them out, and I'm going to take them all out. And you have to sign the contract before you do that, pay a little gas fee. Then you can click Remove, confirm that. So basically what that did is it took my liquidity pool token and it split it out into BUSD and drip. Okay, you can see it there. And then BUSD is just it's a stable coin that you can go sell or do whatever you want to do. And then obviously the drip token, you can go deposit it back into drip, or you could go to the swap on the drip network, and you could sell your drip and get BNB out of it. Okay, so I hope that is helpful. I believe that the drip network will continue to grow, and if it does, the contract should still have money in it. So I think the drip doesn't need to last for very long before, you can see I've already made 45 cents just since we started talking here. But this is printing money, so I would recommend you probably go at least put a little bit in. I would kind of consider this a high risk, high reward version of drip. Is kind of how I would consider it if you're trying to think through it. So, but I hope that is helpful. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions about this, you have any extra insights. There are a few other things that you can, I'll put a link to this calculator that kind of shows you how much your tokens are currently worth and how much you'll be making a day, roughly. So, but yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.